A warm welcome to all my students. Today we will study about the problems of India and their solution. In this chapter you will learn about unemployment, discrimination, corruption, communalism and terrorism. So these are the problems we are going to learn in this chapter. In the previous session we had learned about unemployment, discrimination and corruption. Now in this session we will learn about communalism, status of women and terrorism. These are the three topics will be discussed in today's session. Since India had faced many problems internally and externally after 1947. And the solution for these problems are good administration and the support of citizens. Now, we will learn the major problem in India. The major problem in India are unemployment, corruption, discrimination, communalism, status of women and terrorism. Communalism is one of the major problems in India. Segregation in the name of religion and creating hatred and cultivating self-interest can be called as communalism. Communalism in detail will be explained by Shakina and the presentation was done by Ashika.
Communalism. Before starting into my topic, I would like to let you all know the religions present in India. These are the religions present in India. India is a secular country. Communalism is a major problem in our country. Why communalism is a major problem in our country till the date? Segregation in the name of religion and creating hatred and cultivating opposite self-interest can be called as communalism. Differentiating the people in the name of religion and creating enmity and cultivating opposite self-interest can be called as communalism. It creates social difference, mutual suspicion and fear situation. Social difference, mutual suspicion means not trustworthy and fear situation in the society. Political competition, social groups and economic hatred is expressed in communalism. Communalism has the capacity to endanger the integrity and unity of India. It has the capacity to pull India to the level down. It not only disturbs the peace of the society, it also disturbs the public and the private properties. It leads to mutual accusation and physical assaults and other undesirable effects. Communalism puts self-interest ahead of national interest. The communal forces make attempts to increase their communal forces in the country. They attempt to preach their religion and also tend to suspicious of other religion. They come forward only to teach their religion but not other. This affects the unity of the nation. As a result, the country has to spend a lot of energy to maintain internal peace and order. Precautions are needed to address the challenge posed by communalism. Ideas like uniform civil code, equality among all the citizens, supporting secular values in the society and transcending narrow thoughts in the favor of national interests can be the solution for communalism. Uniform civil code, an act for people about their religion and culture, equality among all the citizens, supporting secular values in the society, traditional values. Transcending narrow thoughts in the favor of national interests can be the solution for communalism. Economic and social inequality could fuel the communalism. These both can also be the problem for communalism. Attempts should be made to foster the faith of all people and develop healthy national thoughts. Precautions should be taken to check the communalism as it would spoil the integrity, equality, fraternity and cultural diversity of India. Integrity, honesty, equality, fraternity, common thought and cultural diversity of India. The citizen should be secular society. We are the upcoming generation of our country. Let us get rid of this communalism. Let us all be brothers and sisters. Let us help each other. We will make our India proud.
Lot of measure is needed to put an end to communalism. Next, we will learn about the status of women. Status of women has faced many problems due to social, custom, literacy and poverty. These are the problems faced by the women. And the status of women will be explained by Anna Rose.
Today we are going to learn a very important topic, that is status of women. The achievements of women during pre-independent India are notable. As we all know, before getting the Indian independence, many of the women freedom fighters fought against the British for our independence. And also there were many women who came up with Reformation movement for the development of our country. Annie Besant, Jhansi Rani Lakshmibai, Kitturu Rani Chennamma, Sarojini Naidu, Savitribai Phule, Kasturba Gandhi are some of the notable women freedom fighters of India. Now, women are present in all walks of life like medical, teaching, engineering, pilot, astronaut, police, politics, military and other areas. Still, the status of women needs a lot of improvement. As we see in the present society, most of the women are present in various fields of work. But still, a lot of improvement should be made to improve the status of women. For example, if a man and a woman work in an unorganized sector with the same amount of work, energy and time, but women receive low payment compared to that of man. Thus, we can say that status of women needs a lot of improvement. The status of women has remained low due to social customs, poverty and illiteracy. This has affected the progress of the country. The status of women has remained low due to three main reasons. The first reason is social customs. It means the culture followed by different people in different place, religion, caste, etc. The next reason is poverty, the extreme state of poor. Here you can find discrimination between the rich and the poor. The last reason is illiteracy. It is lack of knowledge or education. Due to this, it has affected the growth of the country. The government has started Women and Child Development Department in order to improve women's education and status. In India, women and children are not given proper education. In order to overcome this problem, the government of India has started Women and Child Development Department. Many programs have been implemented to curb child marriage system, Dowry Prohibition Act, compulsory education are implemented as a means of empowering women. To stop the evil activities against women, government has implemented many programs and also compulsory education for women. The government of Karnataka has implemented Stree Shakti program through which self-help groups of women are formed and fostered. For the empowerment of women, government has implemented Stree Shakti program through which self-help groups of women are formed. Women's Commission have been established at national and state level to address various issues of women. Attempts are made to provide reservation at state and national legislature bodies, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Women reservation has already been provided at local bodies and also in government recruitments. Women reservation has already been provided at local bodies, which is the panchayat and municipalities, and also in government recruitment, that it means government jobs. Many women have performed various roles as ambassadors, governors, ministers, chief ministers, and many other influential positions, and also performed well. Some of the notable influential women of India are Pratibha Patel, the first woman president, Indira Gandhi, the first woman prime minister, Sarojini Naidu, the first woman governor, Sucheta Kripalani, the first woman chief minister. In this topic, we have studied that the status of women has remained low due to social customs, poverty, and illiteracy. The government has started Women and Child Development Department in order to improve women's education and status. The government of Karnataka has implemented Stree Shakti program through which self-help groups of women are formed. Women's Commission have been established at national and state level to address various issues of women. Women reservation is provided in local bodies and also in governmental recruitments. Also, we have seen the notable women freedom fighters and influential women of India.
The Government of India has taken many measures to improve the status of women. Now, women have gained importance in almost all the fields. Next, we will discuss about terrorism. Terrorism is not only a problem for our country, it is a problem for entire world. Terrorism will be explained by Ganesh from 10th standard.
Terrorism. Terrorism can be called as extremism. This is a method of putting the pressure on the government. It is based on political ideologies, religious faith, and ideological beliefs, creates a lot loss for the individuals as well as communities. Moreover, terrorism creates psychological pain and influences the cultural aspects negatively. Terrorism. It can also be called as extremism. Extremism is the holding of extreme political or religious views. Terrorism is a method which puts more pressure on the government. It is generally based on political ideologies, religious faith, and ideological beliefs. This creates more loss for the individuals and communities also. Moreover, terrorism creates mental pain and influences the cultural aspects in a negative manner. Terrorism is nothing but fulfilling its narrow end by creating panic and violence. It feeds on fear of the people. These are organized crimes purported by organized group of people. Such activities are called anti-national and anti-social acts. Bringing down of World Trade Center in USA, bomb attacks on Bali in Indonesia, bombing various cities in France, Britain, and other countries are the reason for the worries at international level. Terrorism is nothing but fulfilling its narrow end by creating great frighten and violence. It is generally feeded on the fear of the people. These are organized crimes which is claimed by organized group of people. Such organized crimes which is claimed by a group of people are called anti-national and anti-social act. The terrorism brought down the World Trade Center in USA. The bomb attacks on Bali, which is situated in Indonesia, bombing various cities in France, Britain, and many other countries are the reason for the worries at the international level. The terrorism is based on religious sentiment, separatism, racialism, or leftist ideals. It is based on religious sentiment. Religious sentiment is a thought influenced by a strong feeling of religious issue. Separatism. Separatism is the separation of a group of people from a larger body on the basis of religion, gender, race, color, etc. Racialism or leftist ideals. Racialism is the discrimination by an individual or a community against a person or people on the basis of their race or country. These are the pics of the bomb attacks on Bali in Indonesia. Separatism, racialism. Terrorism aims at creating more fear by killing people. Terrorists use explosives, deadly gases to attain their goal. The killings done by the terrorists are pre planned. They work with their own network of intelligence. Terrorists employ modern day gadgets and means of transportation. Terrorism, it aims at creating more fear by killing innocent people. Terrorists use explosives, deadly gases, or poisonous gas in order to reach their goal. The killings which are done by the terrorists are already planned in advance. They work with their own intelligence. Terrorists use modern day gadgets and means of transportation. They target busy areas like airports, railway stations, markets, and other areas to attack. They seek to spread their goals along with violence. They also use tactics like suicide bombing, kidnapping innocent people to attain their targeted aims. The terrorists they target on busy areas like airports, railway stations, markets, and many other areas to attack innocent people. They try to spread their goals along with the violence. They also use plans like suicide bombing, kidnapping innocent people to reach their goal. These are some of the explosives which is used by the terrorists. Deadly gases or harmful gas. The terrorists target on busy areas like airports, railway stations, markets, and many other areas to attack the innocent people. They also plan to kill the innocent people by suicide bombing, kidnapping in order to reach their goal. Terrorism is and was there in states like Nagaland, Manipur, Kashmir, Punjab, and other places. There was attack on Taj Hotel in Mumbai on November 26, 2008. Terrorists have targeted places like Hyderabad, Chennai, Bengaluru, Bodh Gaya, and other places to create panic. Our neighboring countries like Pakistan and China are accused of supporting and aiding terrorism in our country. Terrorism is and it was there in the states like Nagaland, Manipur, Kashmir, Punjab, and many other places in the country. There was attack on Taj Hotel in Mumbai on November 26, 2008. They have also targeted many other places like Hyderabad, Chennai, Bengaluru, Bodh Gaya, and other places to create violence. Our neighboring countries like Pakistan and China are accused of supporting and helping the terrorism in our country. India has always criticized terrorism in other countries also. Our central and the state governments have taken utmost care to stop terrorism. They have always strived to protect the property and life of the ordinary people. They have even created special allied forces to tackle these terrorists. India opposes terrorism in other countries also. Our central and the state governments they have taken extreme care to stop the terrorism in our country. They have always tried to protect the property and the life of the ordinary people. They have even created special best forces to defend from these terrorists. A look into history shows that a very little has been achieved by violent activities like terrorism. At the same time, history has been made by employing truth, nonviolence, and love. The killing of the people like Gandhiji, Indira Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi did not erase their efforts to achieve progress through peace, whereas actions of Buddha, Mahavira, Muhammad Paigamba, Basava, Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and many others have given new light, new path, and new life to the people all over the world. Peace and love are greater than violence and hate. The killing of the people like Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi, it did not erase their efforts to achieve progress through peace, whereas the actions of the great leaders like Buddha, Mahavira, Muhammad Paigamba, Basava, Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and many others have given new light, new path, and new life to the people all over the world. Peace and love are greater and much better than the violence and hate. These are the pics of Mahavira, Jawaharlal Nehru, Ambedkar, Muhammad Paigamba, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and they have strived hard to give new light, new path, and new life to the people all over the world. These are the great leaders who fought or raised their voice against terrorism in order to stop the terrorism in our country. India has been a peace loving country and it has undertaken many measures in order to stop the terrorism in our country.
Thank you, children. I thank each and every student who have taken part in this lesson and played a major role in explaining as well as presenting the presentation in a good manner. Thank you.